Morning Hustle Show, L'Oreal. We are at the Media House BET Awards 2024. I got Blxst'S in the building with me.
Come on now, we in the building in the backyard, LA. What's up?
Hey, now we are here. What BET Awards? You've been to a few of them.
Yeah, this is my second one actually.
Yeah, second one?
Maybe my third.
Do you bring a date?
No, I don't personally bring a date. You know,
Why not?
I don't
leave
know.
with a date.
Yeah, I only had a few tickets this year. Maybe I got to level up a little bit
You
more.
got to level up to be able to get a date.
I only had a couple tickets.
What about partying? Do you get to the parties when you out here, or is it more like a work situation? You're networking.
Yeah, I'm the type of person that go where I'm celebrated.
I love that.
Tolerated.
I love that.
So if it's like an embrace type of love, then I'll pull up to the party. But I don't be outside like that.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You switched the look up a little bit too.
A little bit. I'm in my rockstar phase right now. Don't mind me.
I love that. So does the music change with that though?
It does. I think just naturally as an artist, I like to grow, you know? I don't like to be known as one thing, and I think I did a good job as developing the sound for my coast and where I'm from.
Right.
But it's not all who I am. I'm multi-dimensional, you know? So my debut album, I'm tapping into different cultures, different genres, and really showcasing that kid that grew up a fan of music and just making that gumbo pot of everything that I was inspired by.
Right. I think that's what I love about you and your music is that it's so different. When you hear you, of course, it sets the tone, but you don't put yourself in a box.
Absolutely. I grew up listening to, even how I got into music was like Pharrell. He's not just one thing. He's a producer, songwriter, artist. Ryan Leslie, Kanye West. So that's how I entered the game. Like just being multi-dimensional, having a hand on everything, all the way down to engineering my song.
Yeah.
I like to be hands-on.
So what is with the engineering part? Because are you like, is it that you don't want anybody else to be in control? Is it because aren't you allowed to be more creative when you don't have to worry about the technical side of things?
I think it's case by case. Every artist is different. For me, necessarily, it was a necessity to learn how to do it because I didn't have the resources. I didn't have no family in music, so I was just learning.
Right.
But as I got older, it is fun. It's fun when you collaborate with different artists, different engineers, producers, because they pull something out of you that you maybe couldn't have done on your own. You know, so it's a balance of both.
But you collaborate with a ton of people, obviously. You just did a collaboration not too long ago with Offset. When y'all do that, like, do you just make the record and send it? Do you speak to him, have a conversation? Do y'all do it together?
Every situation is different. For that record particularly, he had reached out to me via Instagram DM. And it was just a verse. He wanted to use it for his album. So I put a hook on there. He didn't end up using it. So I'm like, I got to take this because he definitely slept on that record. That was an organic connection. You stole it, basically. I stole that, threw it on the album. People got to hear this. You got to two-step to it.
Okay, so right now you have a new song out, a new record out with Anderson Paak. So you say he's another one that I would say is very outside the box, and he's not. So when y'all linked up together, how did that happen? What was the conversations like there?
I'm a huge fan of Anderson Paak.
Yeah,
I'm talking every project.
Real dope.
Very dope. Just a ball of energy. You know what I'm saying? So to have a song with him for my debut album, it's real personal and full circle for me. Because this is the type of artist that I blueprint myself after, you know? Like how I listed everybody, I would throw him in there as well.
So he does a lot of touring. I know you like to perform as well. Will we be seeing you on tour anytime soon?
It's only right. I took a year off to make this album, but what I love the most is to share that experience with the fans, you know? So definitely gonna announce the tour real soon. We're still working on it. Don't want to leak too much, but you can see that on the side of this year for sure.
So why I'll always come find you?
It's an introspective journey. It's a message to myself. I think this industry can be very heavy on you sometimes, and I had to remind myself, like, you got to work on yourself throughout anything you're going through. So it's like a note to myself, no matter what you go through the ups and downs, trials and tribulations, go fail, go make mistakes, but just know I always got your back, and I'm not gonna judge you in the process.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I would have thought like you put out a bunch of music and now this is your debut album.
Yeah.
Like what? That's crazy. It's almost like I was like, you didn't have an album out already?
Right.
Does it feel a little scary to drop this full body of work?
It's definitely a sense of like nervousness.
Yeah.
Because the debut, just that word alone, it's like, okay, you got to come different.
Yes.
But I think this is the most confident I ever been with making music. You know,
Yeah.
just understanding where I come from, minimal resources, and coming to this point now to where I have all the resources and tools that I dreamt of having as a kid, from live instruments to different artists. It's just like, what does a masterpiece sound like when I was a fan of music? And this is that.
Okay. You might have somebody in mind that you want to work with, but you haven't been able to reach out, or maybe you didn't run across them. Who's that person?
I say it all the time, Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell.
Biggest inspirations, just how he got into music, being multidimensional, and how he was a skater as well. I grew up skateboarding too, so that's
you was a skater?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
A little
you still
something.
do it?
No, absolutely not.
Why not? You think you're gonna break your damn ankle? Now you got something to lose.
I broke my ankle and I had everything to lose. Yeah.
Is that what sat you down?
Yeah, that set me. That's how I got into music. Yeah.
You like, I'm not doing this no more.
It was over with after that.
Was that the last thing you broke?
For sure.
Yeah.
Last and only thing I broke.
All right, so say it's your award show, right? Last question.
Yeah.
It's your award show. We know 2024, there's been a lot of people that have been doing their thing. You can only give one award to one person. 2024, who took over 2024? Who would that artist be?
2024 specifically. I gotta go K-Dot.
K-Dot.
I gotta go K-Dot.
Was you there?
I was there. I was on stage.
There? Was you crap walking on stage? Mother,
a little something. I was two-stepping for sure. Gotta put on.
I love that. How was the energy in that building?
It was electrifying. It was iconic. I felt like I was in the middle of history. Just thinking about the legacy that he come from the Snoop, the Dre's. And he a part of that umbrella, you know, so to be a part of the stage and how he showcased it by sharing the stage with different up-and-coming LA artists.
Yeah.
It was so many layers of beautifulness to that show, you know.
Did you make any connections with working with anybody?
For sure. I mean, I'm pretty much tapped in with everybody that was on the stage, but it was dope for the world to see that as well.
Yeah. You think you and K-Dot got something coming?
You never know.
You never know.
I was on the last album, but we never know about the next album.
I don't know. I think we might have a little something, huh?
It only makes sense.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping by the Morning Hustle Show.
Appreciate you,
let
Lori.
them know where they can find you, follow you, support you.
You can find me on all platforms at Blxst'S. It's pronounced Blast for those who don't know, but it's
Blast.
an X instead of an X.
Why the X?
Just gotta be unique. I think about branding and marketing. How can I stand out? Things like that. So
yeah.
And I'm a superhero. I'm Blxst'S, the superhero for my little boys.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Much love.
We are the Morning Hustle.